back to my channel. My name's Tina with The Thankful Planner. Thanks to my subscribers for coming back and watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe. Click on down below and click on the notifications so that you know next time I upload a video. I do also appreciate it if you can make comments and let me know what you think, or if you've got any ideas. I really do like to hear from you. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. It is planner related and I will be using my planner, but I wanted to talk about this book, David Allen. It's been out since, it's an old book. It's been out since 2003, I think it was first published. This is a new version and it's about getting things done. It's about being productive, and I do think it helped me on my journey to planning and to being motivated and to setting goals for myself, and it's something that I definitely use. It was more to do with business for me originally, but I use it in all life circumstances. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today, and how I use this, how I read the book, I took away what I needed to take away from it, how it would fit into my life, and how I've then used my planner with this system. So this is the book. I'm going to put a link down below so that you can get it off Amazon. I believe it's still available. And you don't actually have to read the whole thing if you're not into reading books. I'm reading it again. I read it when I first got it about 2 years ago. I'm going over it again just to pick up some more sort of help and tips. But let me get into the planning mode. So this is my old planner from last year. I'm sorry if you've got the ring, that's the light. If I didn't have it on, it would be really dull, but you won't see it once I open the book. Anyway, so this is my old last year's planner. There's not a lot left in it. I removed, so I think I've only got, like October, November, December. But I'm just going to jump straight in to where we start here. Here we go. Okay, so this is where we start. So what I did was I took the information he gave and I created this little dashboard, and he calls it Mastering the Mundane. It's a 5-step process. So let me just run through it quickly with you. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail. You can read the book, but this is how I use it in my planner. So first of all, I sit down with an empty page and I just dumped everything out. So everything I had in my mind, anything, even if it was things like I need to fix the door in the bathroom, or any small little things that are in my head, I put them down on paper. And it could be big goals, it could be business things, reach $1 million in 5 years, whatever you want to put in there. You can put it down on this dump. Now, if you can't think of anything to write, I do have, I'll show you something else later on once we get there, when we get into the nitty-gritty. Then we've got process. So what happens next? You've written it down. What do you do with it next? You've got to start organising it, organising that information. That would be your next one. You review whether you've done it right. Have you organised it? Does it fit in that section that you've just organised it into? And then you get on and you get it done. So here we go. So let's get into the nitty gritty. So this is the brain dump, your inbox. This is where you dump it all. I've obviously created these myself. I've made them myself out of card. And they've got a little bit tatty because I didn't laminate. I didn't have a laminator. But this went backwards and forwards to work with me. So it did get bashed up. So what do? This is your to-dos, your ideas, anything that you need to dump in there. And that's what this helped me with this. I sat there for a while when I first done it. I thought, I got 2 or 3 things, and then that was it. I couldn't think of anything else to write. So this is a list of, and I'll try to find the website where I got this from. It is a list of trigger questions. So things to help you get that stuff out of your mind. Here we go, like list of projects that you haven't started. Look under your desk, look in your drawers. Is there anything in there that you could write in this list? The ideal goal is to get everything out. Why are we doing that? Well, I don't know if you're like me. This is what happens to me. It stays in my head and I will sit there and I'll start thinking about it when I should be relaxing. And so all of that stuff plays around in my mind, and I'll go, oh yeah, I need to remember that. Let me try to remember that. And instead of just relaxing and just sort of taking it easy, my mind continues to work and continues to work. I am one of these people that have to do something, so I can't really sit for hours watching TV. I have to interact with what I'm doing. I think that's why I like to create things. I like to be involved in it. I like to play, I play computer games because it's an interactive thing. I believe that this can help to relax, to totally relax you and totally get everything out of your head. So here's a list of questions. I'll try to find the link, as I say, and put that down below. So how do we do it? Well, this is some of my, I did clear it out. So this is some of my brain dump. I don't think I should show you that because it's work related. So I'm not going to go into it. I'll just show you so I created these for myself. And this is what I did. I would put here, whatever it is. So it could be, someday I want to learn how to deep sea dive. So I would put deep sea dive on there. And then it might be, I need to call my mum this week. So call my mum. But then it could be, build a website. Okay, so I've got 3 things there. And so over here, I would put, where does that need to go? So that's when you look at the different sections. So you have action items, projects, and someday, as you can see up the top here. Now, an action item would be something you do once. So you only need to do one thing and that item is then completed. And then you've got the someday. And someday are things that you don't want to do right now, but you know you want to do them in the future. So my deep sea diving, for instance, I don't want to do that right now. That's not like a really big deal in my life. So I would pop that into the someday. But calling my mum would be an action item because it's just one thing I need to do. So I would write that. Whereas designing a website, now I would put that into projects because there are different stages and different phases in the process of building a website. So I would need to break that down further. So that's how I would organize these. So I would put someday, action item, and project on here next to whatever it is I've written down, whatever idea it is or brain dump it is. Then I would move them into their selected areas. And then once I'd moved it into that, I would tick it off here. So I know that I don't need to look at this list anymore, that it's been moved into the correct section. So then we've got action items again. So these are all my action items. And you can see I've got ticks down there, very messy. And so let me get you a plain sheet so again you can see. So I would then list what the action item is. Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. So I've got one here, like, so check credit cards and cancel recurring. Well, that is one action anyway. Yeah, so that would be an action item. So I'd put it on here, and once it were done, I would tick it off and it's gone. So then it's completely finished. But the projects worked slightly different. So projects, I would write them on my projects list. Again, I would write them the same. Now this time they don't get ticked until they're completed. But we need a bigger area to actually break the projects down a little bit more. So let's move over. So here's the projects. And then at the back of this, I have broken them down into, let's look at one here. So here you go. So I've broken them down further into sections. So here, to create a vision board, it took a few things on the list here. And then each one I can tick it off. I can then, once I've done all of these, I can tick off the main one. I then would go back to my main list of projects, and I would then tick it off in the main project. So just to track what you're doing. So that was the idea. And someday, I've still got things in the, oh no, I took them out. I didn't really use the someday very much, so I actually just took it out in the end. So that's how I did it last year. I know this was a trial thing. I was trying it out. I was trying different methods. This year, how did I do it? I really still wanted to keep it going because it did work. It got me to complete a lot of things that I wanted to do. But I changed how I changed some of my planners this year. Instead of just using a classic happy planner, I also got a mini happy planner, and I use the two where I have my classic happy planner at home, and I write a lot more detail in. And then this little one is the one that I take to work, and I've Frankenplanned this one. Let me get to today's. Here we go. I've Frankenplanned, or this is last week's, but because, okay, sorry. And again, I have Frankenplanned this so that I have this at the beginning, and then this is from another planner. Let me find it. So I got 2 mini happy planners. So I took it out of here and I put it into here. And then this is the Stargazer, the actual spread, which is a monthly spread, which I'm using as well. So I put them together in order to be able to do this. So I can still keep my appointments in this part, but here we get into the getting things done. Here I've got last month's rollover, so I do it on a monthly basis. And so everything that's come over from last month, I put in here. And then over here, I've got some trigger questions like I did in the other one, just to help me. Things like here, like, does your wardrobe style support you? Does it need to be changed? Are there things I need to buy to make you look more professional, or do I need to change some stuff? What promises have you made and not yet kept? I like that one. So, you know, have I said to someone that I'm going to do something and I haven't done it yet? Get that down on paper so that it gets done. So this is how I've done it. This is my inbox, and I found with this, what they call, I think, the monthly spread, there wasn't enough room because you had these like little check boxes all the way up here too, and I couldn't get all the information in, so I just whited them out so they could get them across. And as you can see, I've done the same thing. So I've got A for action items, P for projects. So I'm doing a Google course. I need to get that done. That's just a one-off. I'm creating some stickers, some Christian stickers. That's a project because there's a certain amount of things that has to go into that. And then, so where do I break that down? Well, if we continue on, so action items are going down here. And once I've moved them into here, they get ticked off here. So you see, completed Google course, that's ticked because I have it here. I haven't completed the course, but it's an action item. Some of these I've already done. So that's where my action items have gone. And now my projects. So luckily, Happy Planner have got these beautiful project pages that you can buy, a separate pack which I bought that go lovely with this planner because they match the color codes, and also they are perfect for this whole getting things done system, because now I've just got these project sheets, so I put them here, and I've added this little completed when the whole project gets done, but I can tick them off and I can put the due. I didn't put due dates because a lot of my stuff don't, this doesn't have a due date. And so I put them all in here, and then if I don't get them done in this month, I can just take these out and move them over to next month. So I'm finding that this is working for me again. It's a much smaller, you know, it's not as bulky as this sort of system that I was working with, and I don't have to do as much myself because the project pages are already written out for me. So I like this. It helps me organise my life. It helps me get things done, and it's worked for me for, I've been doing it for about a year now, I believe. It's worked for me for about a year. And so if you want any tips I can give you, any help I can give you, then I would be happy to. But I would suggest that you just take a look at this. Maybe if you can just get it out of the library, or there might be an online version, I don't know, or read someone, or just follow this and give it a go. See if it works for you. Getting all that information out of your head and getting it on paper means you really can relax. So let me know what you think if you give it a try, and if there's anything I can do to help, put it down in the comments and I'll definitely reply to you. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.